Hello. In this video, I'll be talking to you about Mise En Scene in the 1984 film Paris, Texas. But before we get into that, let's first talk about the actual term Mise En Scene. The term Mise En Scene comes from the French language and, according to the textbook, Looking at Movies, An Introduction to Film, literally means the composition or staging of all the elements within the frame, including setting, costumes and makeup, actors, lighting, and figure movement. The term refers to the overall look and feel of a movie, the sum of everything the audience sees, hears, and experiences. LightsFilmSchool.com explains mise en scène by simply saying, mise en scène refers to what we see on screen in a film. It's the film's visuals, meaning all of the elements that appear on camera and their arrangement. Now, to find a good example of mise en scène, we can look at the film Paris, Texas, directed by Wim Wenders. Now, within this film, it is clear that so much thought and consideration was put into the color scheme throughout the movie. This quote from the MetropolisTimes.com says, "The color scheme introduced in the beginning of the film is magnificent. It uses the harsh browns and blues as Lawrence of Arabia, but adds a bold red to give it a surreal, almost pop look. The palette is bold enough to call our conscious attention to it. The reds tend to dominate the scenes throughout the beginning of this film, telling us how Travis, the main character, is still emotionally wandering throughout the desert. Now, when the scenes shift to a shade of blue or green, is when Travis is showing genuine concern or love for his family or son. For example, here he is having his son call home so his aunt and uncle don't worry. The film ends the way it began, with Travis alone. By this time, the scene is completely blue and green as Travis leaves, doing what he thinks is best for those he loves. Next to color is the skill in which certain shots are set up. A great example is the scene in which Travis and his brother, Walt, are driving after Walt picked up Travis from the desert. While it's obvious there is tension as Travis is sitting in the back seat, away from his brother in the front of the car, the director makes it even more evident by having open space in each shot, making the tension subconsciously obvious to the viewer. Wim Wenders uses his shots strategically in this way many times, such as when Travis is wandering through the desert, when they are sitting in the motel room, or when Travis and his wife are in the room at the peep show. Another film that is to be praised for its use of mise en scène is Casablanca. The director, Michael Curtis, sets up his shots to highlight a certain character's problems, and whether that problem is solved. Paris, Texas is a beautifully done film that illustrates a father's unusual struggles through specific colors and scene design, and nicely captures the power of mise en scène.